Waiting for someone to say hello first. I just want to make sure the the lighting is set in a way so that the skin color is actually correct. Because it always seems to be a bit all over the joint. It is officially spring in Australia, even though it was absolutely freezing to death yesterday. It's meant to actually get very warm in the weekend, which I really appreciate. God, I mean, finally, actually being nice to this country for once. Tactastic, welcome in, by the way. Yeah, how's your week been? I've literally got, again, because all the things I got planned are all happening in October, I've literally got nothing to add, really. Like, nothing. Like, I literally haven't got anything to... It's embarrassing, really. I really got nothing to say, really. Yeah. Fun. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know. Honestly, I just want to get... In fact, you know what? The hell with it. I'm just going to go straight into the video game. The hell with it. Let's just go straight into it. Best friend. Did this best friend visit recently? I'm assuming. Hang on. Yeah, let's just... The hell with it. We'll just get straight into it. Yeah, we'll start. Yeah, hell with it. We'll start the music. We'll start the racing music right from the get-go. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. The lightweight event. Right. Ah, she's moving away to another state, so it's a permanent. Ah, it's a permanent visit. Where exactly? That's right. God, I love this music so much. It's really hard. You don't realize how good it is until... So I'm just trying to think where you're from, Tactastic. Near, sort of further... Yeah, further east, so... Yeah, I'm just thinking, is that... I'm just... if only I knew... That's the thing, we didn't exactly do state capital in Australia. I'm trying to figure out how far away that is. Is there any... yeah, I was about to say, is there any specific reason as to why? Foxcat also welcome in. So I knew you were like really further east of further east of America. So North America. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to look at which events I'm up to next. Which one is it, Foxcat? I'm just thinking, did I sell the Yaris or did I... In some way, well, from an Australian perspective anyway, that kind of makes two of us. Oh, sorry, garage. Never heard of that one before. No, it's got a supercharger. Hang on. I'm just thinking, did I sell... Yeah, I think I might have sold the Yaris. So I'm just trying to go... Here's what I want to do this live stream. I want to be able to try and clear as many of the beginner events as possible. Try and do as many different ones as possible. And they're usually, yeah, as straight to the point as you can. I mean, if you look at the amount of cash I got, it only makes sense, really. So is it on Steam, I'm assuming? Okay, just in case someone used the hydrate. The water's right there. FF... There's no... I'm sure that I got a good one, or... No, definitely... In fact, I'm selling that. I don't really need that. Jersey, Delaware, between me... So much... Yeah, I might have to... And... PS5 and 4 and the Xbox. Yeah, I have been... Yeah, I admit, I've just been very under the... I've been pretty under the radar in terms of, what's actually... In terms of, you know, gaming news at this point. I'm not really paying attention. I'm just more focused on, you know, just getting the review done, because I've been completely flat out. I've been completely flat out at work so far. I've been averaging over 40 hours a week at work the last months. And, you know, it's just 5 days a week for 3 straight months. So, Yeah, it's such a big grind at the moment. This is probably this is honestly the main reason why I really haven't said anything in this live stream, just because it's just been, yeah, just a whole lot of nothing really. I do apologize if I'm, like, I will confess, guys, I did seriously consider not even doing this live stream, because it's the fact that, I'm playing one of my favorite games of all time that kind of made me go, alright, gut it out, Spenny, you got this. Work, no way. Yeah, Foxcat, I know, right? Literally, come to think of it, given the type of job I do, literally in some ways, actually. Not breaking any speed limits, just to be clear. By the way, Jono, welcome in. What do you, what's the big news? I'm losing my train of thought here. What am I doing? Yeah, oh yeah, getting a front-wheel drive car that's actually fast. Yeah, you're telling me. I've got 1 month. I've got to go. I got 1 month left to go. Then I should be. Then I've got the entire. Why am I so? Oh god. Oh, this is honestly the worst start to a live stream I've ever had, guys. I do apologize for this. I'm nuts. Fastest front-wheel drive car. No, actually, it's the Beetle. The Cup car, yeah. Lupo Cup, hang on. Zebrun, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. Welcome in. This is just on an emulator. DM somebody about she's doing a big Disney animation. She's directing the next Disney animated film. Name is Joyce. She's directing a Disney film called. Oh wow! Wow, good. Well, good for good for her. Is it going to be on Disney Plus, or is it actually going to be out in cinemas? Jeez, all the filmmakers that you know, just unbelievable. Like I said, Jono, I've been completely out of touch with what's actually going on with the news at the moment. I gotta look that up. Followed. Friends, DS, thank you so much for the follow, by the way. Nice. And it's actually one of those Disney, yeah, one of those, yeah, I'm just looking at Josie's work. She's worked as a story artist for Tangled, Wreck-It Ralph, Big Hero 6, and also worked on the story for Zootopia, which I really, really, really like. Holy shit. And she's now doing her first, and yeah, Hexed is her debut film. Congratulations to her. Congratulations to her. I'm just thinking, hang on. I tell you what, actually, I think I got a really good idea of, what's the best choice for a best FF car. Go into preview mode and see what opponents are driving in the front wheel drive challenge. That should give me a better idea of what the best vehicle is. Hang on, I might just have to turn down. Oh no, the audio's about right. So there's a Fiat, there's a Civic Type R. Sorry, it's really trying to get my head around. Okay, another Civic. By the way, this is the professional version. Accord Type R. The Beetle Cup car. I think the Lupo Cup car is in the FF and the beginner one as well. The Toyota Celica. Alright, that should give me a rough idea of what type of parts. Obviously, I'm going to improve the car, of course. But yeah, there are not many, Sounds like it's one I have to watch when it comes out next year, that's for sure. But congratulations to her. Or is it she? Yeah, she is definitely. Yeah, because I just saw it. Because I literally just saw her filmography a minute ago. She's done it. Fuck hell. She is making it. She is making it. She is very. She's really making a name for herself. In the main film, starting from 65th film in their main canon. Yeah. Yes. What's not? I would have assumed Mickey Mouse might have been the first one. It's hard to tell. You're more. You got a better idea than I do. At least right now in my head. Car dealer. Hang on. I'm sure she is. Four-wheel drive. Is it me or is the music just louder than me? It's not actually, but that's what it feels like. Civic type. Ah. You. Yeah, Civic. Actually, I'm just thinking, what's got more power, and what's lighter as well? I might just turn down the music a little bit. Hang on. Hang on a second. Make it red because it makes it positive. So basically, the whole main team for the film, people actually know it and it's hooked. Is there ever going to be? Jeez, this. I'm curious to know if you're secret. Is it me or are you secretly part of this film as well with the way things are going at with all the people that you know and all the animations, stuff that you're into at the moment. Oh, hang on, I need to also improve it as well. Don't need to do any crazy stuff because I mean it is just an FF race. What I can do is just give it a racing chip. I mean, a few extra horsepower. I don't want to go too crazy because it is just a front wheel drive. Give it power, but nothing ridiculous. Don't want to spend too much. That's all. You should. You need to put your foot in the market. You never know. Sorry, by the way. Saying that there are many Disney animated films. Well, they've been very well. I was about to say they've been very successful for a very long time, and mind you, the last couple of years have been a bit more mixed with their Disney Plus and all the big films they've. Because I actually here's something I can finally talk about. I did recently look at some of the biggest box office bombs over the last couple of years, and Disney have been right up there, actually spending a lot of money on because I think not going to go into the controversy surrounding anyway. Films like, I don't know, Snow White, for example, the live action version, bombed pretty hard. And it's like, Sony are starting to, Disney are, and there's also the new Indiana Jones film that came out a year or two ago. Yeah, I don't know. People just aren't going to the cinemas as often. I don't know. Maybe that's probably why. I'm trying to theorize as to why. Don't pay attention to the live action stuff. That's okay. Neither do I. Why go to the live action when you got the original films anyway? Speaking of Snow White, I need to go back to watching the old school anime. But what I really need to do, and I'll probably start doing this once I go on my work break in October, when I've got literally a whole month off. Actually do a couple of movie nights, especially now that I'm actually looking into getting a couple of 4K Blu-rays, which usually come with the standard Blu-ray, because there is one 4K Blu-ray that I'm planning on getting in a couple of days, actually, from Facebook Marketplace. I just need to wait for the person I'm buying from to come home first, and that is Alien. Does that kind of count as a Disney film, since Disney owned 20th Century Studios and they're part of Alien? But some of the best films, in terms of actually, bringing them back into, restoring them for 4K resolution. Some of the best films are actually the older ones, because they were recorded in 70 millimeters. Correct me if I'm wrong, Johnny. You probably have a better idea than I would. They were recorded in 70 millimeters. By the way, we're finally in our first race, by the way. How long did that take? After immediately starting the... Oh, God, I'm getting... so much for the performance improvements. and lightning. I might have to probably just give it 500 horsepower at this point, guys. I don't know how I'm going to do the FF challenge in professional. There you go, Jono, it is. But yeah, apparently 4K Blu-rays of the first Alien film are very, very hard to come by, supposedly, in Australia specifically, because they released it in the 40th anniversary, and only just, and yeah, after they were bought out by Disney, they don't, because I think by 2021 they stopped releasing physical media in Australia, like DVDs and Blu-rays. They've stopped doing it, trying to focus more heavily on Disney Plus. So therefore, copies of the first Alien film are actually harder to come by than I realized, and I actually managed to find one on Facebook Marketplace for a good price. So yeah, they did use 70. Yeah, they used 70 millimeters, and so therefore, they have a very high resolution. Obviously, it looks quite grainy and old-fashioned, but still at a very high resolution. So when you put it in 4K, you almost get that natural resolution it was filmed in. Therefore, it looks as stunning the way it does, as well as making restorations to a couple of things as well. So that's why older films like 2001: A Space Odyssey, Alien, and as you mentioned, Jono, Snow White, that's why they look, even better in 4K. Some look better, some look worse. And there are some films that don't necessarily need it. Some just get upscaled into 4K. I don't know, but yeah, whenever I decide to get a Blu-ray in 4K specifically, I always want to make sure that it's known for being enhanced. Like, it actually looks better. Like, it enhances the experience if you actually get the 4K version. Like, the two films I've currently got in my collection at the only. Jeez, I got a blocked nose. Sorry, guys. Oh, by the way, Boxing Lounge, welcome in as well. Film grain looks horrible in 4K. Like I said, Boxing Lounge, I was about to say, yeah, that's what restoration work. It's more than just obviously upscaling it, an old film into 4K. You got to actually do it properly and make it look, make it look clean. I'll have to seriously get, I'm thinking too, I want to get, another thing too, I want to get films that I haven't actually got in my collection yet. So, the ones I've currently got at the moment are Blade Runner 2049. I think is it 2049, 2039? I think it's 2049. The sequel to Blade Runner is what I'm getting at, because it has a reputation for looking incredibly stunning, and I just thought, 4K Blu-ray just makes a lot of sense. I've just got the 4K beautiful results. Through AI. One thing I have been, because one thing I do normally do with my reviews, for example, I also try to, oh god, I'm on the last lap and they're already right behind me. But a win's a win. As a masterpiece that no one I know and no one I know watched. So I haven't watched it yet. I've only watched a little bit of it just to sort of just to test if a 4K Blu-ray actually works on this TV, and I put it into the Xbox Series X, and I just like to say yes, it does. So if you need a 4K player, just get a PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X so you can play video games on top of that. And the other one I've also got is Schindler's List, because that's just a film I haven't had in my because I didn't have it in my collection for some reason. One of the most borderline unwatchable, yet greatest films I've ever seen at the same time, because it's really difficult to watch, but it's a necessary watch once every few years. But yeah, I thought, well, I might as well get the 4K version while I'm at it. Because I got it from an electronics store, because they were doing like buy one Blu-ray, 4K Blu-ray, get one free. A Logitech wheel for the PS3, but I'm sticking it to the control. Boxing Lad, is that the Logitech Driving Force Pro? I need to hydrate, by the way, guys. You guys are making me talk. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I was almost a mute for the first 20 minutes. But, yeah, the next one is Alien in 4K, because I am looking to start, I'm actually thinking about getting a couple of 4K Blu-ray movies, or at least, because, there's a couple that I really want to try. I'm currently here just to say about my friends, but what is it exactly? What else? Oh, was there something I seen it on a big screen in Dolby Theater. Oh, man. I remember getting, sorry, I was looking at the lights on that Honda Accord. It looks a bit blurry. What is it exactly? Oh, G27. Oh, okay. For the PlayStation 3, it must be like a higher end version of the one that I've currently got in my collection. The one I've got is a Driving Force Pro. That one's compatible with the PS2 and PS3 and PC. Still yet to upgrade though. I need to upgrade because if I do get a new racing wheel, it will most likely be an Xbox one. You know, one for yeah, mine's old as well. If it's compatible with PS2 and PS3 games, then mine's an old one as well. Like I said, it must be a higher end version of an older one specifically. But yeah, I distinctly remember getting that racing wheel again on Facebook. It was actually, believe it or not, my mother that discovered the draw. If you've seen in my Gran Turismo 6 re-review of me using the racing wheel, that same racing wheel I distinctly remember getting. I think it was my mother that actually found it on Facebook Marketplace, and it came bundled with Gran Turismo 6. It was only $60. Bargain, if you ask me, both the game and the wheel. Considering that I've got 2 videos out of it, and I've been using the wheel, and I did use the wheel a fair bit, which is weird because I should be using this wheel right now. I call that money well spent. Love this song, by the way. I feel like I should have put multiple, or at least put this Gran Turismo 3 song, the one's exclusive to Gran Turismo 3 or more, on repeat. It's getting my Switch too soon. Hopefully by next month is my birthday. I'm thinking about doing the same thing, Jono. I really am. Any games are you thinking about getting specifically? Because I really want something good, like a really good gaming console to play on the go while I'm on holidays, as well as potentially doing a couple of reviews on the system as well. I figured, well, if I've got the system and I'm playing games on it while I'm on holidays, I thought, you know, I'll just see what there is and see what there is to play and, you know, write some notes and see what's good or bad about certain games. The ones I'm looking to getting to start with are actually on the Switch 1, but the ones I'm actually really looking forward to, I'm looking to get, and I actually almost got it. I almost got it because I planned on going into the city last weekend for a gaming meetup, and I ended up not going because they replaced the trains with buses, which would have meant an hour and a half of extra travel in one single day, which I was really not in the mood to do. But one of the things I actually looked into getting, because it was actually available at a game store in the middle of the city, which was only a block away from the meetup, and that was the remastered version of Metroid Prime. I'd really like to go back and replay Metroid Prime in the future. I played it on Twitch. It was actually one of the first games I beat on Twitch, and also one of the first games I ever reviewed, and it's one of my all-time favorites. I mean, I could just play it on the Wii, but being able to play it on the go, there's some power to that. As well as Persona 5 Royal, which I've already got on the PlayStation 4 and put a lot of hours into. But again, just being able to play it on the go when I'm on a long road trip in the car with my parents, being able to play one of, you know, my 2 of my favorite games of all time in the car is a very convenient thing to have. So, and obviously it'll come bundled with Mario Kart World, as you mentioned, Jono. Yeah, Mario Kart World, the new Donkey Kong Country Banana or Banana Bonanza. I think it's, yeah, Bonanza, yeah, B-A-N-Z-A. Donkey Kong Bonanza. Oh, we got a resub as well. Ash, thank you so much. Yes. And Rek, also welcome in at the same time. Good timing.
Morning all.
And good evening to you, Ash. Thank you for 29 months. That is you're one of the first to sub to ColourShed since Twitch was first discovered. And that I appreciate a million times. Yeah, how are you? Yeah, how are you, Ash? How have you been? How's your week? I literally the first 20 minutes, I practically said nothing because that pretty much sums up my week in a nutshell. I really didn't do anything. Because I ended up not going to the game. I did at least be able to get a very good night's sleep on the Saturday night at least. So, I went to the gym and got a fair bit of work done on the next review. So, I had a very productive day at least. So I wasn't able to go to the meetup, but at least I was able to get a very productive day out of it. Almost Nintendo Switch 2 in my hands. the thing, yeah, because I want to get my hands on one before the holidays, but yeah, and they just restocked in my area. Because I can imagine, because I don't know, because there are copies, because every time I go to an electronics store, they say Nintendo Switch 2 available, you know, for 770 Australian dollars. Australian dollars, by the way, Jono. I can imagine that being about the same in US dollars. You're welcome, mate. Doing okay. Just had my birthday, the other 33. Oh, happy belated birthday to you, Ash, at 33 years old. 33 years young. Well, I mean, the age gap between us isn't too bad. I mean, I'll be 31 by next month, so yeah. I hope you had a very good, lovely birthday, and actually did something out of it. Kind of looking forward to my 31st birthday, or at least what I'm doing a couple of days before. Okay, here's what I'm doing a few days before my 31st birthday, guys. Running a marathon. Yeah. I almost literally did that on my 29th birthday, but unfortunately injury stopped me from doing that. Hopefully this year that will not be the case. Yeah, I'll make a proper announcement on the marathon once I release my new review. And also, here's the thing, I've been very quiet on social media the last, well, almost 2 months at this point. I mean, the last thing I noted is really just releasing the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 review, which feels like a lifetime ago. But that's only because there's a lot of things going on, not just working 40 hours a week in marathon training, but also there's a lot of big things to announce, and a lot of big, like, I've got a lot planned for October. The Forza Motorsport 6 review, I've almost aligned all the footage with the dialogue. It'll be like a 26-27 minute. It's going to be a pretty decent sized video. I've already completed about 80% of the script for the next review after that, and 90% of the script for a countdown video, which will be in relation to the panel that I'm doing at PAX next month. So, yeah, that's why I've been so quiet. Everything, I'm going to put all my eggs into the October basket. It's Easter in October in my regard. And then, because I want to do as much as I can before I go on holidays for a couple of weeks, because I can't exactly be around doing. The only thing I can really do when I'm on holidays is just gather notes for a script if I'm playing a console on a portable console specifically. But yeah, now that you mention it, Jono, if you're waiting to get your hands on a Nintendo Switch 2, I'll have to order one probably a lot sooner than later, so that way I don't miss out when I'm on holidays. Or maybe I could probably get one during my travels. There might be one available in stock. You never know. Going to your favorite pizza place. It's going to be a birthday thing I'm doing this year. Lovely. For me, my birthday tradition is just PAX, the Game Expo, because it's literally just a few days before my actual birthday. Yeah, your birthday's in October as well, isn't it, Jono? Didn't even realize I was actually racing. Didn't occur to me. I was chatting with you guys. I got so distracted by chatting with you guys, I didn't even notice there was someone, there were opponents right behind me. So that's the front-wheel drive championship out of the way, at least. I'm curious to know if my car will be quick enough for the amateur version of the front-wheel drive series. I'll have to get faster tires. Right now, that might be, I mean, forgive me for being sexist, but that might be next to the Nissan Micro convertible, was the girliest car I've ever seen. Like, I mean, what do you say to that, guys? I mean, at least I've got a Toyota Yaris again, so I don't have to buy one for the Yaris Championship at least, which will be good for the beginner events. Sorry. Looks like something from Wacky Races. Yeah, all Moto2 Grand Prix, at least. Oh, by the way, Rec, I found out the Tokyo Extreme Racer comes out of early access on the 25th of September. It's still in early access? I almost completely forgot about that. I might have to buy it before, I might have to get my hands on it before it actually, if anything, I could probably convince them to give me a review code. I wonder if it's quick enough for the Amateur League. I'll try it. We'll see. It's the same, it's almost the same. Well, Deep Forest and Rome circuit on the same circuit. We'll never know, because there aren't that many front-wheel drive cars that are super quick. If it is too slow, we can always just improve the performance after all. I honestly don't know. Probably It's got 200. It's got like if only the Focus RS was in this game, I'd use that. Okay, we got tire wear and it's 5 laps. Performance-wise, it's actually doing better since they raised the time to buy it, since they raised the price, which makes sense. I'm curious to know what tires I've currently got on my car at the moment. And I'm also curious to know if the opponents will pit in as well. I really don't know. It's like faster appears faster. Or maybe I could put like racing tires just on the front specifically. My gut feeling says I'm using just comfort road tires at this point, guys. But at least the car's keeping up, which is a surprise, given that in the beginner league I was only right behind the opponent. Honda versus Honda here. Moto2 Grand Prix is honestly the first thing that comes to mind. I'm gonna try and improve the performance. I figured I've already got the front wheel drive car and the performance has been souped up a bit, so I might as well spend the money. We are collecting events one by one. Yeah, I've just been too busy with other video games, that's all, Rec. I haven't really bought... I mean, the only new game that I bought this year is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4. I think that might be like 1 or 2. I think I've only bought like 4 or 5 video games this entire year. Really, the money that I've been spending this year has really just been going into this house and this game room. Which, by the way, guys, the posters on this side of the wall, the Mustang and the Funhouse poster, are finally up on that side as well. That's what I also got up to. I think it was on the Saturday after the live stream as well, as you can see there. So the Mustang, and then there's the and there's the Funhouse poster. So yeah. Oh yeah, and also the Iron Maiden poster is there as well. So So yeah, that's what I got up to after Saturday's live stream. I forgot to mention that actually. Yeah, that is actually what I got up to, guys. And also, there's a Mass Effect poster on that side as well. So literally every side, every single wall has posters now. Well, yeah. Actually, all sides. There you go. So yeah, there's a wall in every. It feels like a very complete room. I guess the next step is just adding. I would say adding plushies maybe. I'm saving my hype. Yeah, I'm saving your hype for GTA. Yeah, I'm doing the same as well. Once GTA 6 comes out, I'm just gonna put everything on hold. Hell, I might even put live streaming on hold and just hold everything and just focus on the GTA 6 review. Maybe that could be something I can do. We'll get racing tires as well. I would not be surprised. Oh, simulation tires. Why the hell would I want that? I'll never understand. We'll have to get hard tires as well because 5 laps and then 10 laps if I decide to use this in the professional racing league. Is there a Kingdom Hearts 4 coming out? I need to give the Kingdom Hearts series a try as well. Here's the thing. I've technically got the whole Kingdom Hearts collection. I've got the whole Kingdom Hearts franchise in my collection on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, respectively. So I need to... Yeah, I just need... Oh, no, I just realized I forgot to improve the performance. I only added tires to it. No. No. Cancel. I want to improve the performance. Hang on. We're not ready yet. Hang on a minute, guys. Losing my train of thought here again, guys. Oh, I can't even add a turbo. Oh, it looks like I'll have to improve. No, suspension. We need more power. That's what we need. You can't really do much with the front wheel drive car, guys. I mean, it kind of makes sense. You know, the wheels doing the job of power and, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Kingdom Hearts can be pretty complicated but fun to play. Well, that's the nature of RPG games in general. They're of course they're going to be complicated. It does sound like they do sound like the kind of games that I do need a probably will need to walk through just to get an idea of what I'm doing. But I suppose that's just like any RPG in general, right? Featured in the upcoming game in makes sense. I mean, it's developed by Square Enix. I mean, Disney. Disney. I mean, Disney loved Japan, so it only makes. I might just. Sorry, guys. I might get away from the screen a little bit. Sorry, I felt like I was a bit too close to it. This is a little bit better. All right, with a bit more power. This should have enough. Hopefully, this will have enough power to get through the even the professional league as well. They'll be right on my tail though, because you can see the traction control doing its thing, guys. We got racing tires this time, so we could probably go through the whole thing without it. The FTO might have been a better option actually for the FF challenge, but we got the lead on the first corner, which indicates my car is at least powerful enough to get first place. Well, I want to try first. If it's worth noting, the Kingdom Hearts, even though I haven't played them yet, they will get mentioned in the Kingdom Hearts games will be mentioned in the PS2 panel that I'm doing in next month. Just need to. Yeah, the only thing left for the panel is just making the PowerPoint slides. Everything else is all pretty much ready to go. Ready to start promoting, if that makes sense. I mean, don't be surprised if the first YouTube short gets released on ColourShed Productions in the near future. But yeah, keep an eye out on social media. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts will be one, because yeah, I haven't played it, but stop. I'm not comfortable with that car being right up my. Stop tailgating me. Yeah, having racing tires makes a huge difference. One of the only games. Is it just because it was like the only games you had in your in the family household at that time? For me, because I didn't get a PlayStation 2 until 2006, there were so many iconic games that I would have liked to have got my hands on, but didn't get exposed to it. That dickhead in the FTO, in that Mitsubishi FTO, is a dickhead. I think in these 5 lap races they usually pit in at least once, and I'm using hard tires. It's about time they actually made the tires behave, like in terms of wear, actually behave in a way that they're supposed to. That was pretty much, because we, in the household, we got a PS2 only just a few months before the PlayStation 3 came out, and the Xbox 360 was already out, so, I mean, it was a cheaper console, and there was already a lot of games on the it was the cheaper option for my parents. I mean, I certainly wasn't complaining, because I love the PlayStation 2. Yeah, the PS3 was the first console we had in the household, because I bought it with my own birthday money, the first in the household where I bought it with my own money and actually got it at the height of, like, when it was at the height of its popularity, when they were making new games for it. Same with the Nintendo Wii as well. That was a Christmas present. That was actually, well, not my Christmas present, but we did get it in the same year. Once a family friend had it in the household, they were just like, my parents liked it so much, they were like, we gotta have this in the household as well. Wii Sports, you can't go wrong with it. Oh, it's this music that sounds like it's from Persona 5. It's actually from the first Gran Turismo, the Japanese version. I'm just trying to think, the first games that I got for Gran Turismo 3, this game was my introduction to the PlayStation 2. The first time I discovered a PlayStation 2 in the household and being played, this was the game that introduced me to it in 2002, like mid-2002, give or take. Yeah, in the middle of 2002. But it was only, and yeah, I only played the PS2 when it was either at a family or a friend's house. Because, you know, we weren't the richest family in the world, so we didn't get a PS2 until 2006 when it got a lot cheaper, the slimline version. But again, it's a good console, and I really enjoyed. The first games we got for it, I think, were NBA Live 06, because I was getting into the NBA around that time, so my parents thought, okay, we'll get a video game, you know, based off the NBA for him. Good game. Bit of a guilty pleasure, actually, because I still kind of enjoy it now. Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex, V8 Supercars 2, known as Touring Car Race Driver 2, and what else? Tony Hawk's Underground 2. Those were the first PS2 games. We did get our consoles years after release for the same reason. Yeah, it was only until when I just started saving up my own. When I started being able to get my own money, that I started getting consoles, you know, in the prime of its popularity, if that makes sense. Yeah, I remember playing a demo of Simpsons Hit and Run. I think it was on the Nintendo GameCube. It was like, you know, those kiosks that, you know, at like I remember. God, this really takes me back in the early 2000s when our local Kmart in my hometown had, you know, it was basically our gaming store back then. And then, you know, Kmart just stopped investing in that sort of stuff. It's just such a shame. But it had a section which basically had, yeah, I did watch your review. Yeah, one of the demos was Simpsons Hit and Run. I just remember going into a road rage, running over Chief Wiggum. Well, I know the top. Okay, I'm very curious to know if opponents will pit in. That's usually how you win. It's an Xbox Elite 100. Oh no, that's too far. No. I oversteered. I understeered a little bit, but I'm still got the lead. Again, very curious to know if they'll No, they're not pitting in. Oh, come on. Shit. This is gonna... Okay, it's all or nothing then, guys. It's that game where at some point developers found out they ran out of time and money and had to ship it in the current state, so it seems unfinished. It's still fun, though. It's still very enjoyable. I still loved it, though. It's very well made. I played all versions. The best one is... Yeah, that's... The Xbox version is the one that I actually used to review and actually finally give it a proper go. What caught me by surprise when I played it for the first, when I decided to review it, actually give it a proper go, is how it really did feel more like a driving game. Like, it sort of felt 90% driving and sort of 10% platforming. I really was sort of hoping a sort of a 50-50 balance between the two, but it was really just a lot of driving missions, really, and trying to do it, with, it's certainly not a bad thing, of course, and the driving mechanics, while can be pretty slippery, still very good game. And obviously, if you're a Simpsons fan, all the Simpsons references, the characters and all that, it's still, I mean, on its own merits, it's actually a good game. But that won't ever happen, unfortunately, Jono, because they never like to release, I don't know, for some reason they never release games on the Switch. They never really, what's taking them so long? Release a remastered version already, Disney. Come on, Disney, just give the Simpsons light and just do it. We're getting unofficial remasters. Just use that one or something. We got SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, so we know it's possible, right? 17. First, okay, Xbox 360. Is that the Elite console, or is it actually the 360e, the final super slim version of the 360, the one that I've actually got in my collection? Just looking at your message, Ash. I'd say more references to older episodes, or maybe another map. Yeah, maybe a couple of extra maps, like extra bits of Springfield, or expanded, or even longer versions, or even better, just make a sequel, even just a new follow-up, a new game, and then just or release a remaster, and then just release a port of like a cleaned up one specifically. They changed it to an year too late. At the same time as the first 360. Oh right. Yeah, I know the one. I know the one you're talking about now, Ash.
Hello.
Hello, Carlos. Hi, Carlos. How's your week been? Good to see you. Yeah, the stream was a little bit of a rough start because I was almost practically mute for the first 20 minutes, but we finally got some events going.
Ah, shit. Here we go again.
Worst place in the world, Rowan Heights Baller Country. I ain't represented the Grove Street in 5 years, but the ballers won't give a shit. Man, right on cue. Very busy. Yeah, I'm feeling the same. I understand, Carlos. how can I put it this way? I've been working, over 40 hours. Like, basically, you could say what would be considered as a normal human being, a regular work, week for, for anyone who doesn't work a YouTube channel or anything, who isn't a content creator, working a regular 9 to 5 job, of course. But the fact that I've also got to do all this content and, train for a marathon, it has been really flat out at the moment. I was actually questioning whether or not I would even do this live stream because I am a little bit burnt out at the moment. Trying to get the Forza Motorsport 6 review, which is taking way longer than it really needs to because, just lack of time, really. Real life sucks in sometimes, but the way I see it, if it's paying for this house, then I really can't complain too much. I heard EA didn't renew their contract with The Simpsons. Reason why Simpsons tapped out was discontinued. Then, who owns I guess it just comes down to, who wants the rights, I guess. Because, EA don't have the rights anymore. Slow down. Honda Accord. There might be a bit too much power in it, but it's a front. This is the FF challenge, by the way, Carlos. So that's why I'm in a Honda Accord. Speaking of... Actually, guys, Jono. Guys, speaking of Simpsons, at least the H on the front hasn't been stolen on this Honda Accord. We can't see Superintendent Chalmers in the background somewhere crying like a little girl. My H has been stolen. Oh, some people don't know it's a Honda. What's the point of having a Honda when you can't show it off? I wonder if it was actually... I always found that a bit fascinating, how you actually had an officially branded licensed car in the Simpsons universe, a Honda Accord. I feel like the H was actually taken out as a sort of... like it is. THQ Nordic would be perfect to remake Hit and Run. THQ Nordic, yeah. Makes sense. I mean, they did end up... They were the ones that published the remake of... or remaster, whatever it is, rehydrated version of the SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, which Todd's, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Play Gran Turismo 3, I'm assuming. What was I saying? Yes, SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom is another game I've been really wanting to play. I just need the best version. It's the best, because I know that good friend of mine, Jack, Square Eye Jack, he obviously has a copy of SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, but I'm yet to actually play it myself, despite being a huge SpongeBob fan, which is weird. Going back to what I was saying before, because I got a PS2 in 2006, there were so many good games that I didn't really get a real chance to actually play, because I didn't really think of them as good games at that time, just because I didn't know about them. Like, as we mentioned before, Kingdom Hearts. Ratchet & Clank is one that I probably should have got for my collection, but just never thought to. Jak and Daxter I didn't really know about until until I started playing Uncharted and realized, oh, they make games for the PS2 as well. I didn't know that. Todd's vids for YouTube for a couple of years. Well, welcome in. I'm also yes, I live stream as well. I'm technically live on YouTube as well, just on my second channel specifically. But live stream as well. Playing. I mean, what else did you expect on ColourShed? What can you expect from ColourShed Productions on Twitch? Gran Turismo, of course. But yeah, I appreciate it that you've been watching these videos. Really, really appreciate it. I reckon this live stream will only be for a couple of hours though, just because I am a little bit burnt out and I would like to get a bit, because the problem is, yeah, when you try to work on a review and work full time as well, you feel inclined to sleep less hours in a day. I've only averaged about 5, and honestly, the last 5 days, I've only averaged about, what, 5.5 hours of sleep a day, which is something I would definitely not recommend, guys. Then we get a hit and run remake or something. I agree. Or maybe like a 2D, or what about a Simpsons 2D platformer or something with Simpsons, where it feels like you're playing a Simpsons episode or something. Hogs. Yeah, kind of like that. Sleeping like that can add. Yeah, I know. Gotta catch up on sleep. Yeah, I sort of use the weekends to make up for. Oh my god, they're right behind me. Like I said, I contemplated probably just taking a break from streams this week, but, you know, well, here I am now, so there's no going back. I am very close to finishing Grand Theft Auto 4 as well. I want to see if I can finish it tomorrow if I can. That's one thing I could actually do on the Saturday. Actually do finish GTA 4, and then do a bit of house cleaning. And and also finish the Motorsport 6 review. I might have to probably... Honestly, guys, I am thinking about just streaming 2 days a week, I reckon, at least until I get back from holidays, and then I'll probably decide what to do from there, because I really need to, because there's a lot that I've got to, again, in case you guys are just, do Tarzos count? Jono? Oh, shit. Went around the corner too fast. Do Tarzos count? Yeah, well, then I here's the thing, Jono. I had Simpsons ones way back in 2002 in primary school. Does that kind of count? Those are like the first. That was like, because I got a I've got a collection of Simpsons stuff. Those were like the first Simpsons related thing. Because you guys see, if you guys have seen my Simpsons hit and run review, and all the Simpsons stuff that I've got in my collection, it's currently in a box at the moment. Like, it's all closed up, and it's all there at my house. I need to... One day I might put it on display in the game room somewhere, like on that side somewhere. But in the meantime, it's all closed up. The only thing that's on display are the games and the DVD and the season DVDs. Shit. The thing that's annoying about these races is if you make one mistake, you gotta... Yeah. You could be flawless the entire race, and if you make a mistake, it could cost you the entire race. Given that I've been doing this race for about... nearly 10 minutes. This race is nearly 10 minutes long, and you really don't want to make that mistake. Is it me, or is that the front? Feels like one of the headlights has been smashed on the back of that car. I might have did that, but I thought, no, that's impossible because there's no car damage in this game. But yeah, anyway, I digress. The Simpsons collection, the first things I remember collecting were Tarzos. Those sort of, does anyone remember anyone actually grow up in the early 2000s ever have Tarzo pickers where, you had one of those ball, those tennis ball things that stick, one of those sticky tennis balls that you attach with a string, and then you can like bounce and then collect Tarzos like that by using the ball to pick it up. It was basically, it was sticky, so you can they can latch on the Tarzos and you can grab them. Jesus Christ, that really takes me back. But those were the first Simpsons related stuff that, oh, hang on, where's the music? Why did it stop for? Anyway, I did get these cool looking Simpsons Lego mini figurines. I got a Bart home. I think I've got a a Lego figure of Maggie Simpson. But yeah, those Tarzo things. And then a year or two later, I don't know exactly when, our local supermarket actually started releasing official Simpsons figurines. The ones, that had 1, 2, and 3 based on the themes, based on, Springfield, based on, Channel 6 Studios, that sort of thing. And, started collecting a few figurines, and then eventually got a DVD of The Simpsons Classics. It was all the milestone episodes, included the first ever episode, the 100th episode, the 200th episode, the first episode where Maggie actually says Lisa's first word. It was basically just a compilation DVD. It wasn't like a season DVD, but yeah, I decided to put them on display next to, you know, all the other colory and, you know, the sort of stuff that you put on display, you know, antiques you put on display next to the TV. I decided to make a bit of shelf for, like, the Simpsons stuff as well. And that was the moment when I decided, you know what, I'm actually going to start collecting Simpsons stuff. The only things I collect for the sake... The Simpsons stuff are, like, the only things I collect for the sake of collecting. And yeah, I've been doing it to this day. I've slowed down. I don't do it dramatically. Like when I see something Simpsons related, like let's say a Simpsons, a life-size statue of like Homer Simpson. I won't do that, of course, but I mean like, I just mean like, yeah, whenever there's something Simpsons themed that's cool. One thing I'd like to do one day is probably see if I can actually do a live stream from my phone specific. Well, then again, I guess I could just do it in a Just Chatting camera. Go back to where all my Simpsons stuff is in a box, and then just go through it and have like Simpsons hit and run music in the background. Just do a Just Chatting stream where we just go through my Simpsons stuff, and then I can and then go through the backstory of all the stuff that's been collected. That would make for a good live stream, actually. Something that I can do before I start playing Simpsons Hit and Run. We'll just go through some of the Simpsons stuff and then just go through it. Nancy Cartwright was the first Simpsons episode cast member that I've met so far, the only one. Yes, the voice of... Mostly known for the voice of Bart Simpson. Met David Silverman, who directed the first episode. He was also, fun fact, I also knew... The first time I ever heard of David Silverman, the first time I ever heard of his name was... He was one of the co-directors of Monsters, Inc. as well. Obviously, he's known for his Simpsons, but yeah, he was kind of a worker for Disney and Pixar as well. Yeah, I just remember because I remember watching Monsters, Inc. as a kid and going through like, you know, the bonus features because I had the 2-disc edition because I just thought that was kind of cool, going through the making of and just seeing how fun it was going through the different menus, like it was almost a video game in it itself. And yeah, David Silverman was one of the co-directors. That's when I first discovered him, and then realized, oh, he actually directs a lot of Simpsons. He's done a lot of work for The Simpsons. I thought that was pretty cool. Fun little facts that I discovered as a kid. And yes, he also directed the movie of the Simpsons movie. I also remember watching the Simpsons movie in cinemas the day it came out. I had to skip my best friend's birthday to go to the go-karts just so I could watch it on the day it came out. That movie was like the Force Awakens of my childhood. Just trying to think of some of the earliest movies. I'm just thinking. No, the first Star Wars film I saw in cinemas was Attack of the Clones, and then I saw Revenge of the Sith in cinemas as well. Because how many times I've seen them? Oh, you mean like the kind of film you've watched more times than any other specifically? It's really hard to tell. Oh, it'd have to be a Disney film. I think. Is it Toy Story or Lion King? I'm not sure. I still got the VHS. I think I've already shown you guys the VHS tapes of some of those classic films I grew up watching, and actually still having them in my collection in my house right now. I'll have to get a VHS. Maybe that's something for the wish list for the house. A CRT TV and get a VHS player just have it on display in one of the spare rooms or something, or even in this game room. Who knows? But yeah, I had the Simpsons movie on DVD when it first came out. I begged my parents to get a copy as a birthday present, which they obliged because, I mean, it wasn't exactly the most expensive thing in the world. Because, you know, Simpsons is, you know, because I love the Simpsons. Obviously, I put that in the collection. It was only, I think season 10, I think was the first season DVD, the first season box that I actually got for my collection, just because it was the newest one at the time. Then it was did you get the widescreen DVD? Yes, I did. It was, it was like it was an aspect ratio of 240, if I'm not mistaken. Is that a good or bad thing? I distinctly remember it being a very, very wide screen. Yeah, good thing, yeah. Is it what I'm assuming, Jono, it's something that you can't get anymore? Ugh. In some ways, I really wish, yeah, in some ways I really wish there was a Simpsons movie in the 90s, which is something they actually did work on. I'd say the closest thing we ever got to that, or at least visually an example of what it would, at least what a Simpsons movie would look like in the 90s. I'd say the closest thing we ever got to that was, you know, the opening. Yeah, anyone remember the Simpsons parody of the THX opening? And then THX themselves would actually ask, I think it was George Lucas, you know, actually ask them to ask the Simpsons make it, you know, the Simpsons, the crew to actually remake it, but actually be a THX logo, but obviously, yeah, a little bit longer, and it's in widescreen. It just looks a little bit more detailed. I had the full screen version. Sadly, it was pan screen to fit in 4:3, and all I can see it was why. Well, that's what I'm. Yeah, I agree, John. It's a movie, not a TV. It's not a TV episode. It's actually a film. It only makes sense to get the widescreen version, right? But yeah, it's definitely a widescreen version. I distinctly remember, yeah, being widescreen. Jeez, I feel like, sorry, it feels like this eyelash stuck to my eye. Especially when you already had the widescreen version. I mean, it's not like you can't fit 2x40 onto a 4x3 TV, but you got to keep in mind, because when I got, because until we eventually got a big, yeah, flash TV in the household, all we had was CRT TVs for the DVDs. So if a film was like in 2x40, it would just crop, it would literally fit the whole thing onto a 4x3 TV. It would be like a huge chunk of like, I'm trying to demonstrate it on the webcam. So it would be sort of like this, but you can still see the whole film at least. I know Pixar did a good job with their full screen version of their Blu-rays before Blu-ray was the thing. Yeah, some films were very widescreen. Some were. I always found it. I have to admit, Jono, when collecting DVDs, I always found it pretty fascinating. Some films, you know, being at a 16:9, and some of them being in 4:3, and some being 2x40. Like, what's your preference, Jono? Because, you know, obviously the standard at the moment is 16:9 or 185, whatever it is. Because, you know, high definition 4K. That's. Then again, I did see Blade Runner 2049 in 4K Ultra Blu-ray, and that was in a, you know, a 2x40 aspect ratio. But yeah, just seeing a lot of DVDs, you know, have different aspect ratios, I found it pretty fascinating. I always assumed whenever there was a film that was in 2x40, it just meant it was a very high quality film. Not the best thinking in the world. New versions fit so well into a 70mm IMAX screen. So low. Ah, yeah, that means, yes, that would mean because, yeah, the IMAX being a giant screen, it means that the screens can be a little bit taller. Is that what you mean by that? When was the last time you went to IMAX, by the way, Jono? I love going to IMAX whenever I get the opportunity. It's all about waiting for in fact, I'm just thinking, no. The last film I saw was F1. I think the last one I saw in cinemas which was an IMAX film, by the way, and that was Alien Romulus, by the way. I saw that at IMAX. That was the last. It's because the only IMAX screen we have, you know, in my home state is in Melbourne, which is like 2 hours away. So if I decide to watch a film, I figure, well, if there's an opportunity to watch it in Melbourne, I might as well just go to IMAX to watch it. If there's an opportunity to do so, I will, because it's only like $10 more for a much larger giant screen. It's a much more fitting occasion to, you know, watch a screen, you know, yeah, to watch it in a much better, you know, in a way that it does. Like, imagine watching Alien Romulus in IMAX. It made the jump scares sound loud, which, you know, being autistic is a little bit annoying, but visually, holy shit, it looks incredible. I think it was in 3D as well. Oh my god, that would have been absolutely epic, Ash. You gotta go for the film. If you're gonna pick, yeah, you gotta make sure you pick your IMAX. You gotta pick the films accordingly when it comes to picking which films to watch at IMAX. IMAX 3D. Like Avatar would be another example. It is kind of a shame that they don't do classic films in IMAX, like re-release films. Like, for example, I don't know. Well, maybe they do in America because they don't do it in Melbourne. Annoyingly, like they do have a classic theater in Melbourne where they do play old films. It's what's it called again? Sorry, just let me look. Let me look it up, guys, because Astor Theatre. That's right. The Astor Theatre, which is an old-fashioned looking classic theatre in Melbourne, which is about 5 kilometers away from the city centre, and usually really basically allows you to watch old films in cinemas. Basically, like for example, the Jaws 50th anniversary. Yeah, there are sessions for Jaws this weekend. So there you go. As an example of that. I will check my ticket. Tron IMAX was in 3. You still have your ticket to seeing Tron in IMAX? Oh my god, that would have been stunning. I can imagine Blade 2049 being absolutely stunning to watch in IMAX as well. Like, what's actually an IMAX? Actually, speaking of IMAX, what's actually okay, IMAX session times in Melbourne. Sorry guys, I'm just looking it up now. Now showing Friday. Hang on. Am I seeing this right? Is that right? It's saying that Alien Romulus is still available in IMAX today. No. There you go. Maybe it is. Okay, so Sunday. Oh no, I'm just seeing things. No, I might be wrong. Elephant's Arrival, or maybe. Oh no, maybe it's just like once a week sort of thing. I might be wrong. I don't know. Australia. Is that the film Australia that came? Oh, guys. Sorry, guys. I'm looking. Hang on. I'm just looking at the Okay, on a Sunday next. Okay, on Sunday next. Okay, so Apollo 11, not Apollo 13. Apollo 13 would have been good. No, actually, no. I'm wrong. No, I'm actually. There you go. Alien Romulus. I can actually. Is actually still available to watch at IMAX right now. There you go. And look at this. On Sunday, guys, I'm wrong. They actually do put classic films at IMAX after all. 2001: A Space Odyssey at IMAX. Oh my god. Ho 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 ho. Wow. Sorry, I was wrong. They actually are doing classic films in IMAX after all. 2001: A Space Odyssey would be epic to see in cinemas. The only annoying thing is that it's on a Sunday night and it's 2 hours away from home. So, yeah, it's not feasible for me to do that. What else? Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm just looking through. I'm just praying that the touring car isn't there. 9 Inch Nails is doing the soundtrack for the new Tron movie. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to Trent Reznor, he is an Academy Award-winning composer, so he knows how to make good movie soundtracks. I think he also did the sound. So the first thing when I think of Trent Reznor, the first thing I think of is, well, Quake, 1, and 2, The Social Network. I remember him doing the soundtrack for that, and he won an Oscar for it. So, 9 Inch Nails, they know how to do good music for movies. So, I'm starting to wonder if I should have just done an endurance race. I don't have a race car in my collection yet, though. Just thinking, is my car quick enough to do the professional? Hang on, I'm just curious to know if my Skyline GTI would be quick enough for the professional 4-wheel drive race. I'll be seeing Back to the Future in the same mall that it was shot for in the film. Which one? I'm just trying to think the mall. Oh, do you mean the mall, in the first film where they're actually trying to put they actually demonstrate when Doc is showing Doc Brown is actually showing the DeLorean at that mall specifically? Sorry, it's been a while since I've seen the Back to the Future films. Oh my god. That's epic. They should put, like, you know what they should do? Go to that car park. Go to that. So is it actually at the car park and they're actually showing it outside? I hope they do. That would be epic. I mean, it is the 40. This year is the 40th anniversary of Back to the Future. After all, it makes sense. Ah, so they've got their own IMAX here. I was about to say, it would be kind of funny, you know, seeing, you know, actually having a big screen outside the parking lot itself, and it's literally just, you know, and then they're showing the filming of that, you know, being at the place of where they actually filmed, you know, and they're watching that scene. I just think that's a pretty funny coincidence. Guys, what I really need right now is a race car. Actually, what type of tires do I have? Since I know that professional leagues, they usually have, what is it? 10 laps. They're usually 10 lap races, so. But they are road cars, so we could, I think we might. Here's the settings. So I'm just looking at my tires. I don't know what tires I've got. Racing medium. I've only got medium and soft. Okay, I might have to get hard tires, I reckon. Hang on. Because it is 10 laps, but... Actually, before I do... Hang on, I just realized, hang on. I just want to see if, at the very least, if my car is quick enough or not. So that mall is planning to be closed down since it's a dying mall. It's like most... When you really think about it, Jono, most malls are really becoming a dying art almost. A dying... Oh, jeez, I forgot how fast this car revs. It's a race car deep down. Is this car quick enough? Yep, it's definitely quick enough. I mean, the cars... Okay, these cars are definitely fast, but... Maybe, guys, this might be quick enough even with medium tires. Maybe. It literally did its top speed. Because I know the good thing about these professional leagues is that there's no AI rubber banding, so you can actually get giant leads in this game if your car's quick enough, as you can see. But this Back to the Future mall. I know, Jono, I agree. They need to hold on. There are some malls that go, but there are others that need to be preserved because they're part of yeah, film history in a way. I mean, is it really just put new stores there? It's where they had the parking lot there is where it had one of the most iconic films of all time. Because I know there are some malls that are essentially a time capsule in Melbourne. Like one of my best friends, there's a mall that she's in the city of Melbourne that she's absolutely obsessed with because it just feels very what's the word? Late 90s and early 2000s. Malls really were quite, yeah, they were quite the you know. God, I'm just trying to think of another example. The mall in what is it? So I'm just trying to think of an iconic, or at least a film that's known for having a good mall set. Jackie Brown, that's it. The one directed by Tarantino where they do that money exchange scene. Where that feels so 1990s, that mall. Does it not, Jono? I wonder if that mall still exists to this day. You do get malls today. The thing is, though, they just keep getting constantly updated. Shopping malls. They probably, if they get closed down, they'll just get replaced with another one. It's just like, it's not the same. Keep the old ones and just add new things. There's a certain aesthetic to older ones, if that makes sense. I think my car might be quick enough to be able to pit it. We'll see. I don't want... Because obviously I've got a giant lead now, which means it's pretty obvious my car is fast enough for the professional league. But I need to make sure the tires can hold for... So I only have to pit in once. No, this is what happens, guys, when you got no AI rubber banding. Suddenly it's like, oh, hang on a minute. I'm actually keeping up. I don't think Special Stage Route 5 is too heavy on the tires. I mean, they are racing tires at least. Sorry, I might just check my messages while I'm on the straight. Sorry, I was just looking at my phone. Never look at your phone while driving, guys. Don't be like me. Not in real life, and obviously, but yeah, every checkpoint I'm just getting 5 seconds, it's almost 5 seconds a lap faster. I can pull away every 5 seconds is what I'm getting at. It might be enough to hit it, maybe even pit in more than once and still be able to win. It's 3 seconds. Though it's only the third lap and already my tires are going sort of more red than green at this point. Like it's at that side, it's on the red side of yellow at this point, if that makes sense. If you look on the bottom left of the screen. Oh, we've already got... Oh, God, we're already 4 laps in. Yeah, I might have to get hard tires, I reckon, for the 10-lap events, I reckon, but... Next month, play some more, hopefully. Yeah, you'll have to, you'll have to get as many shots of the mall as you can before they close it down. It'd be an absolute archival gold mine in that regard. Jewel Shock, welcome in. A little bit tired, to be brutally honest, because I've had a very busy week. But, yeah, I'm pulling through. Trying to get through. I'm finally doing a professional league event with this Skyline, so therefore I'm actually, oh God. Do you reckon one more? I reckon I've got one more lap in me, guys. After this one. Which is why this live stream won't be, I reckon 2 hours, and we'll probably just stop there straight away, because, yeah, I really need to go to sleep. Just had a very busy week, and I've only averaged about 5.5 hours sleep over the last 5 days. Time trial. The flux capacitor. November 5th. Exactly. That would make it 70 years ago today, in fictional terms. Anyway, I reckon one more lap, and then we'll pit in. That should be it. That way the tires should last well enough to, because I know the opponents have to pit in as well, but doing this strategy means that I only have to pit in once. We'll have to watch the Back to the Future. I tell you what I need to be doing, Jono. Less live streams and more movie nights on Discord. One game actually, that reminds me. There is one game I'm actually seriously looking to actually playing on Discord, like actually making a voice channel on my server for you guys, so we can actually play a party game in the Discord server. I'll probably do it. Who knows? Maybe I might do it this weekend. I really would like to play Use Your Words, which is like a party game where you like name the subtitle, an article, or a extra, that sort of thing. I would really like to actually play. I would love to play that in the Discord server one day, because I've played it with my friends a few times. It's always a goddamn blast. And I've seen people play it on YouTube to hilarious results. Okay, this car really needs to be. When I I think I'm gonna need hard. I feel like I can kind of get away with using tires like this and bashing into the walls because, well, there's no sand traps or anything. It's in the city, but yeah, we need to pit in now, guys. Look at the tires; they're practically red. But at least it means they should last long enough that this is the only time I've got to pit in. I'll be very surprised if they don't pit in. But all I know is that, yeah. Long pit, by the way. But yeah, at least it means I only have to pit in once. The opponent's going to pit in eventually? No, not yet. That's okay. Still got a giant... Oh, I suppose it's because... Oh, yeah, I went past the... Yeah, I went across the... Yeah, I crossed the start-finish line after... Yeah, I crossed the start-finish line. Sorry, before I actually stopped to make my pit stop. Where's my... so I released the video on the 16th of October. So right near my birth... Literally only a day before my birthday, coincidentally. That's the 100th anniversary of the studio's formation. I like to be clever with Easter eggs. Yeah, I mean, being the anniversary, it only makes sense to do an anniversary. Yeah, it only makes sense to do an anniversary of It's a bit like when I it's a bit like when I released the review of Red Dead Redemption 2 on my channel. I released it exactly to the day, 1 year after, to the day it first came out, it was first released. Pardon me. 25th of October, I think it was. Literally on the day of its first anniversary. So I thought, oh my god, the timing could not be any better. And obviously Rockstar being popular on my channel, and also, Red Dead Redemption 2, one of the biggest, grandest, with the biggest amount of attention to detail. And at the time was the longest video on my channel. Yeah. It's done not too shabby. I would really like to replay Red Dead Redemption 2 in the future as well. Like, do a low honor playthrough this time, specifically. There you go. That must be... There you go. That's second place pitting in. I could probably afford to do another pit if I needed to. Just say, hey, Jono, just say, Disney Studios 100, exactly 100, on its, 100 years later. Just do that. That'll do it. Then people will easily get the reference. Yeah, all the opponents have started pitting in now. Yeah, I'll get harder race tires next time, because I don't think going around in the red like that will be, I don't think I can get away with it as much. Well, saying it's the 100th anniversary would only further improve its chances. Getting even more views. I'll have to look it up. There's a little bit of a mid-table battle going on out in front of me. Sorry, I'm just trying to listen to the song. I'm just trying to remember what that is. I just ruined the battle for them. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be able to... I don't think I can do any more than 2 hours, guys. Sorry, guys. I'm just a little burnt out. That's why I didn't really say anything for the first 20 minutes. I was sort of wandering around, wondering whether or not I should actually live stream or not. Because, yeah, it's been a bit... The whole week's just been burnt out. And, I'm still really behind schedule on the Forza Motorsport 6 review. And I've got to make sure I get 2 more videos out. On top of that, the marathon announcement, which is like a 7-minute video, that's already been uploaded on YouTube. Just need to press the publish button. But I want to wait until the Motorsport 6 review is out. So yeah, it's going to be a very hectic, 30 days on 40 days more specific. It's going to be a pretty hectic next 40 days, which is why I'm only able to stream for about 2 days a week instead. Look at it go. It's so good when you've actually got racing tires and a giant turbo. It really is it is basically just a race car that doesn't have the top, but without its top. Like, it does feel like it almost feels like a Skyline GTR race car. It's just, but without the top speed. It's almost unfair. We're already about 1.5 laps to go at it before we win. I can literally afford to do another pit and still win. Maybe medium might be a good strategy after all. Faster with more grip. It was a slightly longer race than I expected, but it makes sense. The problem with the reverse version of Special Stage Route 5 is that it's easy to accidentally pit in at that speed. Because the drivetrain and the clutch are at their highest settings as well, it means that it can get to its top speed very quickly, but it can't go beyond that. Like, the top speed doesn't increase. Almost there, guys. One more lap. This is the final lap. How many? I was about to say, how many minutes ahead am I at this point, guys? It's worth noting as well, guys. This is... I do love how much... Have any of you guys actually played Gran Turismo 5 and 6? Special Stage Route 5 is so much more boring by comparison. There you go, 1 minute 14. It is starting to understeer a bit more, but here's the final... Yep, here's the final lap. Woo! How many prize? Yeah, that's actually not a bad amount of prize money. Could probably use that money to get hard tires, I reckon. I want to make sure that the tires can at least last until at least about halfway point where they're not completely red. Yeah, fair enough, Jono. I'm going to be finishing after this, I reckon, after about half an hour anyway. So thanks for joining in. Very, very chatty, which I really appreciate as well. Sort of helping me stay awake in some ways. Yeah, we'll add hard tires to the Skyline. Medium hard might be good enough, but I just want to play it safe. Like, what's the next where's the next racetrack set in? Good to know it's at least quick enough for the professional league anyway. I can almost afford a rally car. I'll have to start doing some rally events on top of that. Laguna Seca. Yeah, we'll do Laguna Seca. These left. Oh, I thought for a second that was actually a Nissan GTR in front of me, and I thought, hang on a minute, that car, well, the concept version doesn't come out until 2002 concept, yeah, until 2002 concept Tokyo Geneva, but there you go. Yeah, it's not as grippy, but at least they'll last a little bit longer. I can just tell from the tires that I'm using, yeah, a bit less grippy. Having played Forza Motorsport 6 and 7 recently, it feels a bit weird being back at Laguna Seca, and you realize, man, it's actually pretty well detailed in Motorsport 6 and 7, but for a 2001 game on the PS2, this does look quite nice. The corkscrew. The corkscrew, in my opinion, is the steepest I've ever come across in a video game, I reckon, in Gran Turismo 3. Oh my god, a car that certainly loves to slide. In some ways it does sort of feel like a bit like you're on ice, but at least... Oh my god, they're actually keeping... I'm not able... Here's the thing, I'm not able to pull away as well as I would have hoped, but again, at least I tire. I wonder if tire wear does actually. I wonder if the type of tires I got does actually make a difference. Maybe it does. It is kind of fun actually when it does slide a little bit, because you do get pretty good control over it too. Man, it is a Skyline GTR, so it makes sense. Come on, stay on the curb. The opponents are certainly putting up a decent fight. I might just also turn down the light down here as well, guys, because it is quite... Sorry, guys, it is quite... Sorry, the lighting in front of me is quite bright. It is actually starting to hurt my eyes a bit. At least the PS2, at least this TV screen isn't too bad, even if it is probably a bit too close. Oh, holy Nora. At least I'm continuing to gain the lead. It's just a question of whether or not, you know, the pit, whether or not everybody pits in and, you know, can hold on to the lead. I think it's real. I think the sunset is also what sells it as well. Oh my god, there's no rewind feature. It's just, yeah, it feels very liquid smooth, really. The thing that's interesting, DualShock, is how there are different variations of certain circuits, and then like the reverse ones, for example, usually have a sunset version, like Trial Mountain or Swiss Alps or Green Valley Speedway. This is because the developers initially wanted to experiment with different times of day. They wanted to experiment with different times of day, so like wet, sunset, and they wanted to do it for all the circuits, but I'm assuming due to lack of time they weren't able to do that, so they obviously just did it for only certain specific circuits instead. I like that they did this. Like, it wouldn't be the same during the day compared to like sunset, for example. No, I kind of need the distraction, DualShock. I was pretty much quiet until you sent that message anyway. Isn't that the whole point of these live streams, to be interactive in the chat as well as playing the video game? That's the thing with Gran Turismo 3. It's one of the few racing games where you can actually not worry too much about being distracted. It's so straightforward. Yeah, I reckon this one, and then one more race and we'll probably stop there. I must confess, guys, I am putting up a bit of an effort just to stay awake at this point. No driving while behind, no being tied behind the wheel, but this is a video game, so I can afford to do it. But yeah, like I said, I can't stress this enough, guys. I barely got any sleep, even less so than I normally would over the last week. So I really need to, I reckon one more lap, guys. Actually, we'll give it another lap. Maybe medium hard might have been the better option after all. That's the thing with some F1 drivers. They can usually think of better strategies as opposed to just doing how long the tire lasts. I think another thing that sells it, this track aesthetically, is how steep it is, just like it is in real life. It's because when it comes to video game versions of certain racetracks, they usually, I don't know if they just reduce the elevation or you just don't realize how steep it is until you're there in person. The Bathurst, Mount Panorama circuit being a perfect case in point. I never realized just how steep it was until you're actually there in person. It is genuinely, really, it's a really steep racetrack when going up and down it. It's just all over the place. It's crazy. Oh god, I need to change the oil on it as well. I don't know if it had to be changed in the middle of this race, because I only just recognized the oil thing there. The thing that is annoying about the oil change is that you have to do it every 300 kilometers. Well, does that mean you have to do it every race? What happens if, so let me put it this way, you can't change the oil in the middle of a championship? Surely not. One more lap and then we'll hit in. Tires are definitely lasting much better than I expected. It's very slidey, but it's actually much easier to control than it looks. It also helps that it doesn't, that the chase cam is not stiff, unlike future Gran Turismo games. Sorry guys, I really am struggling to stay. Sorry guys, I really am struggling to stay awake. I want to try and reach the 2-hour mark at the very least though. This race and then one more and then we'll stop there. Yawned again after 10 seconds. Oh god. And it's not even 10 o'clock yet. Stop car! What is it? Good thing you got racing brakes on it. Yeah, we definitely need to pit in now. We've got enough of it. We've got a sizable lead that I reckon we can get away with. We can probably pit in. And they don't pit in at all and we can still win, I reckon. Oh, it goes into auto drive before the tight corner itself. It's a pretty tight corner. I suppose not as bad as something like, you know, David Coulthard at Adelaide at least. Look how that turned out. Come on! Can't remember the time when there were no pit lane speed limits. Are any of the opponents... No, none of them are pitting in. That's weird. Geez, they must have super hard tires or something. Can't wait to do the endurance races in I can't wait to do the endurance races. Those are the fun parts. That's the fun part of playing Gran Turismo, in my opinion. Doing the endurance events. I mean, this is kind of like that. I mean, these races are 10... I mean, they're long enough that, we got to pit in. So, they're not exactly... Yeah. Just a few more laps, Spenny. We might do a shorter race, I reckon. I don't think we'll have time to do a, I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if oh yeah, maybe I might have time. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling. Just wondering, should we do another 10-lap race? I mean, we've still got one more left to go in the 4-wheel drive challenge after all. A very good song from Gran Turismo 3 is playing in the background after all. Why do my eyelashes feel like there's something stuck in there? Sorry guys, it's really distracting. It's honestly been bugging me since, all day actually. Oh, one opponent is pitting in. I mean, oh no, another one is as well. Come on guys, I've got hard tires on. They can't last for this long. Well, maybe they do, I don't know. All I do know is that I pitted in already, and well, I've still got a good lead. So, and there are some F1 some F1 drivers who never pitted, or at least back in the day, they never pitted, and they would sort of just hold on for dear life, and sometimes, get pretty lucky with you know, get a podium or a win because they actually stay out of there and just sort of preserve their tires. You were allowed back then. You were actually able to do that. Today, that would get you disqualified. Three laps to go. Two laps to go. There you go. Second place is finally pitting in as well. There's not really too much strategy to pitting in this game, really, other than just, you know, just going until the tires last, really. I'm not very good with tire strategy. Not really tire strategy, more just going until, just try to go until the tires last and just find the halfway point. It's not like in a video game where, what's the word? It's not like a video game where you have your own, you have colors on there. Well, maybe in today's F1 technology, you probably could do that. Just go until the tires last. Hero, welcome in. Yeah, it has been a very long time. Good to see you. Wow, how long has it been? Haven't had a good week so far? We're up to the final lap. Yeah, I reckon we got time for one more big race, I reckon. One more 10-lap race. They're just long races, that's all. But I'm almost on the verge of passing out, so yeah, we've definitely got time for at least one more, I reckon. Don't know why it keeps pausing like that. I mean, if it's playing in the background, leave it playing. I'm playing the audio, the music from YouTube, by the way, guys. Just had a random playlist of Gran Turismo, unlicensed Gran Turismo music in the background. Ah, you got a new job. Congratulations, hero. What's that, if you don't mind me asking? You don't have to answer it if you want for confidentiality reasons. That's understandable. But if you got your job sorted out, that's lovely. Especially in this climate. Slow down! Skyline! Yeah, I reckon one more race and then we'll stop there. Because I'm on the verge. Because I am close to passing out, guys. But I want to, at the very least, make the 2-hour mark. That was the plan all along. Because I knew that it was going to be a bit of a push to do this live stream, but here we are now, so we're getting through it. 4-wheel drive challenge, professional. That's what we're doing, by the way, hero. We'll have to get it. We'll have to get a rally car, I reckon. Start picking up some rally events at this rate. Or should we save up for the rally raid car? Yeah. Fuck it, we got time. No. What? No, I don't have. Sorry, I don't have time for that, guys. 15 laps it showed. Nah, I don't have time for that. Sorry, game. GT. I wonder if this car would qualify. Well, let's see what's on the... Hang on, is it international? Let's have a look. I'm just curious. It'll probably be technically it'll be an even longer race, but I just want to have a look. Or at least see what the opponents are like. 10 laps, and it's just road Actually, one thing I need to do before I do... Yeah, my car should be quick enough. It'll be 10 laps. How much for the prize money? 25 there. What's... Look at this. By the way, guys, look at this. Look at the prize money for the GT race of the emblem. It's 25,000. You go to the amateur league version of this. Look at this, guys. Just want to make a point of how ridiculously out of place it can be in some of these races. Amateur version, which is 3 laps, you get 30,000 credits for it. I'm waiting for the new job. You've been watching a lot of WWE. I think WWE is coming to Australia next month, supposedly. I'll have to look into it. Hey, look, it just means you can get more money at an easier time. That's usually my money maker. We'll change the oil now because now's the time to do so. It's a shame you can't do it in the middle of a championship where you're guaranteed to go over 300 kilometers in, let's say, a championship that's over 10 races. Which I find a bit stupid, but one more race, I reckon, and we'll stop there. At least be a 5-lap one. Yeah. European Championship we can do, at least a couple of races. We can do that. Yeah, we can do that, because the car, even though the car is Japanese, is actually eligible for the European Championship. Again, logic out of 10. Because the races are only 3 laps long and don't have to worry. I suppose I'm having hard tires on, but, you know, still doing, you know, the car will still be quick enough. Oh, I do have a Pagani, actually, but that's okay. I'm curious to know just how quickly, even though we're in an amateur league, it's like I got a Skyline GTR souped up like it's a race car, so I'm curious to know if the AI rubber banding can keep up with that. But it is only 3 laps per race, so it's not too bad. We can always, even, you can actually turn off the console in the middle of a championship, even with a real console as well. It is the European Championship after all, Hero. Yeah, Aston, Pagani. Yeah, just no Ferrari or Lamborghini or Bugatti. Those are like the only big names that aren't available in Gran Turismo up to that point. They don't get introduced until Gran Turismo 5 Prologue, I think. Technically, Gran Turismo HD, the Ferrari 599 concept, that was the introduction to Ferrari. Welcome in, by the way, Sniper. Oh, shit. Notice when I look behind, the AI rubber banding's a bit all over. Look at that. Oh, it's so blatant. I just wish it wasn't this blatant. The car's so fast that the game has to try and cheat its way to at least stay with me. And then you go into the professional league, then suddenly they can't keep up at all. How ironic. Yeah, the AI rubber banding is so blatant in the beginner and amateur leagues. But then you go into the professional league, it's a non-factor. Yeah, it's a non-factor. But yeah, Paganis are very nice cars. I mean, they're one of the few big-named Italian supercar names to actually come recently. Like, it made its introduction on this side of the millennium, after all. First one, I think, came out in 2002, so it was just really brash. Even when it first came out, like this, I think it was at the time it came out, it was I think 2000 was the first one that came out. Had a 7.3 liter V12 from a Mercedes as well. I mean, wow, they're nice cars. They're just really stunning looking. I think good cars. And it's pretty cool that they're actually, yeah, they're actually in Gran Turismo, unlike Ferrari or Lamborghini. Well, technically Lamborghini are in this game, just not officially. It's probably in the game's code somewhere. Who knows? Yeah, one more race after this one, guys, and I'll stop there because I'm on the I am genuinely on the verge of passing out. Make sure you guys get your money's worth. I think it's Sniper. It's simply just because I barely got any sleep this week. I think that's the real problem. Like, I must confess, I did come pretty close to just not even live streaming it. I probably should have, maybe in hindsight, but, you know, we've come this far now. I didn't want to let you guys down. So that's why it was a bit of a rough start to start with, just trying to come up with words to say. But yeah, I want to try and make sure I'm fully energized for tomorrow's live stream because it's going to be a beautiful day as well. Get plenty of sleep. It's a championship as well, so I've got to make sure that we save it in the middle of a championship. Actually, would rest, but then cars. I was playing an F1 game without many laps, so I rest for a while. Especially when if you do get dominant, it can get a little bit boring. This is why I kind of need you guys to try and get me to talk. That sort of keeps me awake in some ways. Oh, that's not a bad way to end the stream. Special stage Route 5. We were just here before with this car, actually. Oh, what? Yeah. Oh god. Oh my god. Damn it. I'm so. Yeah. I gotta be careful too. I gotta make sure I say it because we're in the middle of a championship and you're not allowed to restart a race. I gotta make sure I'm concentrating, guys. It shows less much. It doesn't show, when you really think about it, guys, if you have a car that isn't up to performance, it doesn't really show any mercy. No rewind system, no restart. Unlike Forza, which gave you that option of racing light. That's it. You can't screw up. The only thing you can do is save in the middle of a championship. And even then, you're not allowed to, you have to stick to that championship. You can't even go into arcade mode. So as a kid, I always found that fucking ridiculous. Not being able to go into arcade mode because you're in the middle of a championship. I always found that stupid, but... Because I remember my brother going into the Gran Turismo mode. I was not allowed to play the game at all, simply because he was in the middle of the Gran Turismo World Championship, and he was adamant, do not touch it. Don't forget that. I think he won the Gran Turismo World Championship with the Mazda 787B. I won't forget that. The old CRT. I mean, I can imagine the PS3 Gran Turismo games being the same thing. Oh god, we got a raid, guys. Weirdo, thank you so much for the raid. Hey guys, welcome in. Jesus Christ, I'm just about to end this live stream after this race and you guys come in with a raid. I really appreciate it, guys. Meister, welcome in as well. In case you guys don't know who I am, I'm Spencer, or Spenny, or as a lot of people call me, ColourShed, or just Color. Currently playing Gran Turismo 3 at the moment. Really enjoying this, enjoying this game, albeit trying my best to stay awake because I am almost on the verge of passing out because I barely got any sleep this week. But managed to clock the 2-hour mark, so it's a half decent live stream, all things considered. I'm just doing the European Championship. We've actually made a little bit of progress using primarily the oh, by the way, give me a second. Oh, stupid. Where are my manners? Here's the shout-outs. Give Weirdo, give Weirdo a follow. Thank you for the raid. I really appreciate it. If you need to head off, seeing that, you raided, haven't even sent a message back. I'm assuming you've raided and headed off. If you need to do that, that's completely understandable. You need to give yourself a breather after that stream. I need to definitely do the same thing myself, after all. So, if you need to head off, that's completely understandable. Thanks for the raid. I really appreciate it. And how are you, by the way, Meister, if you're still there? 5 a.m. because I do start streaming at 5 a.m. Yeah, I'm the same. I'm about to finish this live stream very soon anyway. But yeah, I do appreciate the raid. I really, really do. It's currently 10 p.m. where I am at the moment. But yeah, as I was saying, just as you raided, I only averaged about only 5.5 hours of sleep over the last 5 days. So I need to, I only wanted this to be a quick one. I certainly wasn't expecting a raid in the middle of this stream in such a short stream, but there you go. Yeah, exactly, weirdo. I know. Nice username, by the way. So yeah. Fortunately, the weekend's just arrived for us in Australia, so I can wake up whenever I feel like it. Content creating and full-time work at the same time. Okay, just chilling for a bit, be resting soon. Sounds like all of us are in whatever side of the world we're on at the moment. Like I said, it's 10 p.m. where I am at the moment, so it's probably time for me to get... Once I create the thumbnail for this live stream archive to put on YouTube, I'm going straight to sleep. I don't even know whether or not I might raid or not. I wasn't sure if I was going to raid or not, but after that, weirdo... Yeah, just really tired. Just been really busy and tired. That's why I haven't really been up to anything apart from last weekend when I got those posters that I keep bringing up, the Ford Mustang and the Funhouse poster. They're finally up above the TV now, so I've got to... Yeah, the TV's pretty much... the game room's pretty much set. I was able to keep I slept around 8 or 9 p.m. yesterday. Somehow I'm able to keep myself awake. I don't know how you do it, Sniper. Easy championship to get through. I reckon we'll probably stop there. At least it's before the ads come up anyway, because, yeah, I am genuinely trying my best to stay awake at this rate, guys. We can at least save in the middle of the championship, so that's one consolation. At the very least, we'll save it right now, so we don't have to worry about it. But yeah, guys, I really am genuinely struggling to stay awake at this point. I've got a live stream tomorrow morning on top of that as well, so... Playing Gran Theft Auto 4, so yeah. What we'll do is end the stream from the YouTube side of it. So if you're watching from YouTube, don't forget to I'll actually put that in the messages as well. If you guys want to watch an archive of this live stream, you can look it on my second channel. So yeah, have a good morning, afternoon, evening, good night, wherever you guys are, and I'll speak to you soon. Spinning out.